This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out in association with Shamrock Boxing. With me via Zoom, all the way from the good old USA. I'm delighted to be joined by Otto Wallin. Otto, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. Thank you very much. I feel it's only fair that we begin the interview by asking you what life's been like for you over the last 6 weeks or so while it's been under this current lockdown coronavirus pandemic situation.
Yeah, it's so, yeah, here in New York, like you said, about 6 weeks ago, they closed everything. And the grocery stores open, the liquor stores have been open. I don't know if they're still open, but the pharmacy open. So that's pretty much it. So, I go there. When I'm not there, I'm spending time at home. And when I say I go there, I go to the grocery store, not the liquor store.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're spending a lot of time in the liquor store because a lot of people are going insane right now. But just want to obviously get going by mentioning that the last time we saw you in the ring was against WBC World Champion Tyson Fury in September 2019. You know, I've got to ask you because obviously I wasn't, unfortunately, I couldn't make that fight. I wasn't able to attend it. What was it? All the way in America. I have to ask you, what was that experience like? You know, not only just the fight itself, but of course the whole build-up leading up to that night, the night you took on Tyson Fury.
I think it was a great experience. You know, I had dreamt of fighting a big fight since I was a kid, and I always wanted to fight in Vegas. And finally, the time came, and we went out there. My picture was on the big billboards and stuff. I have never been in Vegas before, so it's my first time out there, and I really liked it. You know, everything was good, and like I said, I have been dreaming about getting into big fights, the big stage, since I was a kid. So I was just happy to be there, and I was ready to put it on him.
You won over a lot of people that night, not only with going the distance with Tyson, but also with your performance. I want to ask you, you know, what was your thoughts on your performance and, of course, the end result, which was a unanimous decision win for Tyson Fury?
Yeah, all in all, it was a good performance. I think that from where I came before, it was a real big step up to fight the best heavyweight in the world. But something I knew I could do, and I thought that I had the tools to beat him also. And I came a pretty long way. I did a good job. I didn't get to win, but it was a good fight, and especially a good experience for me. I needed experience. I've only had like 21 pro fights and 46 amateur fights, so I need to fight these guys and rack up experience. And haven't been able to. Been very busy these last years. I had only fought one round in 18 months before I fought Fury. So if I would have had some more fights before that, who knows? Maybe I could have done even better.
I think you done exceptional on the night, and I've got to say you surprised a lot of people with your performance. Going into that fight, you must have seen a lot of Tyson in terms of his style, his boxing IQ, and of course, then performances against Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder in the first fight. What were your thoughts as a boxer before the fight between you and Tyson?
I've been watching Fury for a long time, and I remember when he fought Klitschko, me and my trainer Joey, that I'm still with, we were training in Denmark at that point. We were at a cafe, watched his fight with Klitschko. We didn't think he was going to win, but he really surprised us all. I remember there was only one guy in there, and he thought that Fury was going to win. Everybody else was just saying that he was going to get knocked out. But Fury, he's a good fighter. I knew that coming into the fight, but also I knew that Klitschko and Wilder and them guys, there's some things they haven't done to him that I wanted to do, and I think a lot of it is they show him too much respect. They let him clown around, dance and have his hands behind his back and stuff. And if you're in a fight, you can't let him do that. You gotta stay on top of it.
You've got that experience now, Otto, and obviously you're going to move on into the later stages of your career. and I'm pretty sure that's not the last we've seen of you. You know, you've held a European title. You know, you went the distance with the WBC Lineal and Ring Magazine champion. You're 20 right now. What does that experience do for you going into the rest of your career?
I think it's a great experience. Like I said before, I need experience, and you can't get any better experience than fighting the best guy out there. So I just want to come back and stay busy, keep getting experience, and hopefully work my way into another shot. And when I come there, I want to be even more ready than I was last time.
You know, if you mentioned some of the names right now in that division that are looking to get towards that the world title, fighters like Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, you know, Michael Hunter, Jarrell Miller, Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, even former world champion, of course, Andy Ruiz, are all in the mix for a world title shot. Where do you rank yourself with these fighters? Because these are the fighters that are going to be chasing a world title shot within the next year to 18 months.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely one of them. It's hard to rank myself, you know, against those guys, but I know I'm in the mix and I can beat some of those guys. So I got my good performance here. Now I just need to be smart. We need to pick the right fights and keep developing. But I'm definitely one of them, one of the top guys.
I want to bring you back, obviously, to your last opponent, Tyson Fury. I just mentioned he is the new WBC and Ring Magazine champion, as well as the lineal heavyweight champion. What was your thoughts on his performance in the rematch against Deontay Wilder?
I think he did really good. I mean, he said that he was going to knock Wilder out. I didn't think he was going to, because he usually says that. But he really stepped it up and just put it on Wilder. They had a good game plan. I think that the training change worked in favor of Fury. I wasn't sure about that at first, but it showed that it was a good move, and he really put it on Wilder. I think that Fury, my fight with Fury, I think that prepared him a lot for Wilder, because he was trying the same tactics against me. I mean, he came out boxing at first, but then towards the second half, he had to be more aggressive with me. And I think that was good preparation for his fight with Wilder.
I was just going to ask you, do you reckon the fight with you sort of kind of like made him change a few things, i.e., you know, approach to the Deontay Wilder fight? We did see a more aggressive fight to Tyson, an aggressive fight to Tyson, especially the second half of the fight with you, and from start to finish against Deontay Wilder. I just want to speak to you a bit about Sania Promotions now, and to speak to Dimitri yesterday via Zoom. And of course, he's said very good things about you going forward into your career. How much of a part of, and a big part of your career have they had to play so far, Sania Promotions?
Yeah, I was with Sauerland for 20 fights, something like that, 19, 20 fights over in Europe. And then I've been in New York for these last years. So when my contract expired with them, I signed with Dimitri. And I had a fight against Nick Kiston that was only one round because we had a clash of heads.
Yes.
Then I was gonna fight another fight, but then that got canceled. But then all of a sudden he brought the Fury fight. So that's been great, of course. Life changing and career changing, and now we just gotta be smart moving forward.
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, you know, as your first fight as a promoter, to get you Tyson Fury is definitely says a lot about skills as a promoter. And obviously we understand he's got a big baby Jarrell Miller as well in his stable. Oh, I know you're at a very crucial stage in your career, and these are obviously the times of your career that you've got to look at these names that I've just mentioned. Who is it that you would fancy yourself getting in the ring next?
Yeah, I was gonna fight Lucas Brown in March, but that got canceled now, of course. So I think that type of opponent would be good for me coming back. I injured my foot a little bit and I'm coming off a loss. So we'll see when everything is over. But I think that would be a good guy to come back with. And then there's a lot of good fights to be made out there. I'm going to be fighting on Showtime now. So there's a lot of the PBC guys out there. You know, Charles Martin has some kind of title, mandatory somewhere, something. And I think, who else? I think that
there's a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. So I think there's going to be good fights to be made.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see you. I mean, because like I said, I was really impressed by the performance you put up against Tyson Fury. It's a really gutsy performance, and you kind of brought a side out to Tyson that we haven't really seen. And even better, we saw him change his approach to the Deontay Wilder fight. It was good to see that from Tyson as well. And like I said, you've definitely put yourself there in the mix. Just one final question. I want to just ask you on your thoughts about the fight that everybody's now asking for. Is a fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, from one heavyweight to another. What's your predictions if that fight does happen, and who do you see winning that fight?
Yeah, so I know both guys pretty well because I fought Fury here 12 rounds. I fought Joshua twice in the amateurs where I lost decisions, but it was good fights. Then I was his sparring partner for Charles Martin. So we sparred maybe 150 rounds, something like that. So I know both guys pretty well, and I think that would be a good, interesting fight. But I think that Fury's size and awkwardness and boxing skills is going to give Joshua a lot of trouble. But at the same time, Joshua is a big puncher, and anything can happen. Fury's been knocked down before with Wilder, so I think it's going to be a good fight. But I have Fury as the favorite.
A lot of people I've spoken to on this matter have obviously made Tyson the favourite, but it definitely makes for an interesting fight. But what else makes for interesting times is to see Otto Wallin back in the ring, and I'm really looking forward to it, especially after that fight with Tyson Fury. Otto, listen, just want to thank you very much for your time. Pleasure finally meeting you, and it's nice to say I've finally interviewed a guy that's sharing the ring with the world champion in Tyson Fury. And hopefully one day maybe we'll have to come over to America, or you'll come over here for a fight in the UK, and we can grab a face-to-face interview with you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure, Otto. Keep yourself safe at all times. And hopefully once the situation's over and done, we will see you back in the ring. And thank you very much for your time, Otto Wallin, and thank you very much for talking to Lights Out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Pleasure.